And welcome back to redheart.com. I'm your host Mikey here from the Crochet Crowd, back to inspire you with another fun little project that I have designed on my own, and I'm showing you how I did it. Today we are converting a $5 little umbrella that I picked up at Walmart, and we're making it into a crochet centerpiece. Let's show you how I did this particular project using a pattern that I found on redheart.com. The first thing you're going to need is an umbrella frame, and I just went over to Walmart because it's only $5, and I looked at an umbrella where I knew I was comfortable with removing the cover. For only $5 you can't go wrong. You don't have to remove the cover. You can do a crochet cover that goes over top of this if it's the colors that you most prefer. But here's a few things that you need to look for when choosing your umbrella. To start off with, you're going to look at the frame and you're going to notice that there's plastic tips that are going around each side. There's actually 8 sides to this particular umbrella. You will notice that there's a hole right in the end, and that is holding this cover to the frame. And what I want to do is just take an X-Acto blade and just cut these pieces of string so that it releases the cover. You're also going to notice when you look further down is that you will see that there's another string that is attached halfway through, and just using very carefully, just cut that as well. And then what you're going to have to do is just turn it over, and you will notice that this tip piece does not come off. So what you're going to just do is take your X-Acto blade and just trim around the edge and just release the cover so that it's completely free of the frame. So now that your cover is off, you're going to be able to see the shape that you need, and this gives you a really good template for the size of the umbrella that you're going to want to put on top of it. So just put this aside. You will notice that this does not sit flat. It's been designed so it has that nice umbrella shape to it, and that's something that you're not going to have to worry about it, but it's just one of those things that you should keep in mind, that you will not be able to lie this flat in order to put out your project, in order to measure it out exactly. So here's the thing. The umbrella has 8 different sides to it because there's 8 different prongs. So if you have an umbrella that has 12 or more or even less, you have to make sure that you pick a doily that is going to match the size of your umbrella as far as the point wise. And that's where I found the Pineapple Symphony pattern available on redheart.com. I'll put a link in the more information of this video for that. And what I did is that I started the doily using a much bigger crochet hook. I used a 5.0 millimeter or a size H, and then I used a Red Heart Boutique's treasure yarn, and you know that when you increase the hook size and increase the yarn thickness, that your doily will be a lot bigger. And in fact, I never did finish the entire doily because I got to the size that I needed in order to match the frame for this. So in fact, when you're looking at the pattern, I actually stopped on round number 21 because I got to the size that I needed. So here's some tips when choosing a doily, because you don't have to choose the same one that I did. You can be very creative. Just remember that yarn has a weight to it, so you're probably not going to want a project where it's a solid, heavy, thick weight to it, because then it's going to be like feeling like you're doing an Afghan on the top of you. So you just want to do it nice and airy. This is really more for shade. It's really kind of just very trendy and fun. And so what you're looking for in the centerpiece here is between 16 or more double crochets that are going around the ring. Make sure that you do a magic circle when doing the center of it, because what's going to happen at the end is that you really don't know how what the perimeter is going to be of the center point, and by using a magic ring you can pull that tight when you're ready to mount this particular cover to the frame. So you have your doily done, you think that you're ready to mount the frame. Do you notice how that it's a tip and then it goes down in? Well, this here is where it actually is just kind of just resting, and this is being forced to pull it open. You want to make sure that you have that nice equal balance when you're mounting this, because you do not want this, this umbrella to feel sloppy, and if it's too loose at the center points in between the prongs here, it's going to sit and it's going to just sink and sag. So you want to make sure that you have it so that it's pulled somewhat tight. You can see it's not too bad, and it just is a nice fine line. And this is something that you may have to do trial and error with. I actually tried it on about 3 times. I didn't actually mount it to the frame 3 times. I only just tried it reaching it across to make sure that when it did pull across, it wasn't to the point where it was going to be so tight that I would not be able to open it up or down. So going back to the very tips again, what we want to do is that we want to slide the centerpiece over top of the middle here, and then using the magic string we want to pull that tight so that it's nice and flush against the center point. We then want to take the material and stretch it, and the way I designed it is that right in the middle here is the actual pineapple, but because I had finished the doily off sooner than the pattern called for, you can't see that because it's not there. So what I needed to do is that I wanted to take the point and I wanted to stretch it over to the tips again, and then using a sewing thread and needle, I just sewed the very tip to the center point of the circle that's inside the plastic component, and I did that on all 8 sides. Now looking at the inside of the frame here, you will notice that when we cut the frame from the cover, from the original, you will notice that there was a piece on the inside here that we cut. I found I didn't need to put another securing piece right there, but that's a choice that you can do. Just do a fine sew and needle, and you will be able to fasten that there. And when it's up and going, it works just perfectly, and it will go up and down and provide you the perfect sunshade. So there you have it. On behalf of redheart.com as well as the Crochet Crowd, this is a very simplified version of creating yourself your very own crochet umbrella, and these are a lot of fun. I'm very excited about this project. I got a lot more doilies in my brain that I think about, and for only $5 a frame from Walmart, you can actually create a whole set of these in no time at all. Until next time, for more free patterns and ideas, please check out redheart.com as well as see me at thecrochetcrowd.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Mikey.